Hello and welcome to episode 33 of the Fat Loss in 15 series. I've just checked there and it has been almost one full month since I made an episode. So I've just spent the last half an hour jotting down the next four episodes because, as we're going to speak about, I'm not going to speak about today. I'm going to speak about today. You're not going to hear about next week. Just back from holiday and I have made the commitment between now and the end of the year that I'm going to put out at least one of these every single week, like I'm meant to. So we've got 4 weeks left, 4 months left. So that'll be 16 episodes I'm trying to get out. So I'm going to record 4 of them right now. So what we're going to do, just dive right in. We're going to keep the usual format that I like to keep: personal, professional, or business, and then into your fat loss piece with those easy to follow action steps to get you moving in the right direction. So as I said, we're just back from Portugal with Lucy and her family. We were away for about 9 days. But just prior to that, the week leading up to that, we had our Super Teams event. That is our flagship event that we run every single year, and this is our fourth iteration. And what a day it was. And this is the first time that we've actually fully booked it. And one of the main reasons, I think, is because number one, the business is doing really well. We've had so many sign-ups over the last 4 or 5 months, and the real community vibe. And after making this change 2 years ago, it's taken a bit of time to find our feet. And I feel like in the last 6 to 9 months, well, just mainly this year, we really have. And one of the main things we're trying to drive is the community aspect of it. And I really have been trying to build the hype around this and how community and accountability are both kind of the same thing, and that's what leads to results. So I really built up the hype around the super teams as much as we can, and it really worked out. And I have never been more grateful for that day because it was so much fun. The energy on the day was great. Everyone showed up. We had 10 fully booked teams. We had loads of people coming down to visit. We had people down there invigilating, and yeah, it just turned out really well. The weather was good. The events were great. Everyone had a great time, and we had a couple of yeah, not a couple. Everyone seemed to have fun, even people who were very nervous about taking part, and it did leave me on a real high. But then a wee bit flat afterwards for the week leading up to the holiday because there was so much effort that went into it. Lucy and I actually made all the sandwiches the day before. We had to get it all set up, and it was there was so much that went into it, and I couldn't have been happier about the day itself. And then how many people came on the night out. To celebrate afterwards, which left me feeling absolutely wrecked, which I know it did to a few people as well. But it was just a nice way to reflect on. We made this scary change to the business 2 years ago now. It was 2 years ago in September, and it is now the 3rd of September, I think. So yeah, we're doing 2 years ago now, and it was terrifying to do at the time. It needed to be done, but I feel it's only now that it's starting to really bed in, and it's really starting to build the authority and the conviction around it of what we really wanted it to be, what I've always envisaged Club 300 being. And I feel like Super Teams 25 really reflected that. And just before I started recording this, Lucy's just head back into the gym. We're actually sitting down to organise our Christmas night out now, which again, last year we had over 90 people attend. So let's see if we can get into triple figures this year. I'm really excited for it. And it just feels like everything's moving in the right direction. So that's where we are personally right now in terms of super teams. And I'll chat about the holiday next week and how I'm feeling after it. But now we're going to get into the professional part of it. And as I say, today is the 2nd or 3rd. It's on my watch. I can't actually see. Yeah, today is the 2nd of September. Schools are back. Summer is done. And we now have the longest unbroken amount of time that people can focus on themselves. At the start of the year, you have things cropping up all the time. There's a wee bit of that post festive period, new year kind of like fatigue, should I say. Everyone's not really buzzing to go. There's a bit of a lag. Everyone's skint after Christmas. So not really much happens in January. And then you get into February and things start to pick up. And then before you know it, it's the spring, it's Easter. There's lots going on. You're getting excited for the summer, and then you have summer, which obviously kids are off school, everyone's work's disrupted, people are going on holidays. And then we get to now, we get to September, all of that is out the way, and there's not really much on until the festive period. So that gives us 3 full months until the festive period, and 4 months until the end of the year. And this is the first time you'll have that real unbroken time to focus on yourself. So we're making a big push for new clients to come in to help as many people as we possibly can. If you remember from the last few episodes, I spoke about how in Q3 I wanted to take on 20 people. We're only 2/3 through Q3 and we've already taken on those 20 people with the site to take on more, because as I say, we're trending in the right direction. And that is where the business is right now. We are getting loads of clients in. We're getting great results. The community is thriving, and I just want to keep pushing it on more and more and more. That's why when we're holding our clients to a higher level, I'm trying to hold myself and the team to a higher level by making sure that these episodes get done and you're actually doing what you said you were going to do. And that is such a key component. That's really the definition of self-discipline. Okay, which leads me on to another limiting belief, which we're just going to go into the fat loss aspect of today's episode. And today's episode might be a bit weird. I've been insanely busy since we got back, and I feel like my head will take a few of these episodes to get back into it, and I just feel like I'm going to be rambling a fair bit, which by the feedback some of you seem to enjoy, but sometimes I don't feel like I get the content out of what we like to call burying the lead. I start saying one thing and then lead off into another. So leading on to the fat loss aspect of it before I bury the lead is this conversation's popped up a few times over the last couple of weeks, especially with people who have been looking to join the gym, and that is that they just don't feel motivated at the moment. And the thing is, motivation will come and go. You can never choose. It just pops up randomly and you can never choose when it's going to disappear. The problem with motivation is just that. It will come and go, and people think they need to be motivated to act. Whereas what actually happens is the motivation comes after the action, not the other way around. So if you know you're in point A and you want to get to point B, you're currently unhappy with how you look, you're unhappy with how your clothes fit, you're unhappy with your energy levels, you're unhappy with the pain that your body's in, and it's having an effect on your life. It's having an effect on your confidence. It's having an effect on your ability to do your work properly and have the energy to get through the day. It's then having an effect on your ability to keep up with your kids or go out and enjoy your social life. And you think, oh, I'm just going to wait for motivation so I can take care of that problem. No, you start acting. You start by going to the gym. You start by reaching out for help. You start by just doing something, by getting out and doing a 20-minute walk. And that is where the motivation comes from. Energy breeds energy. You have to start doing for you to start enjoying it, for you to start feeling like you're moving in the right direction. So if you're struggling right now and your motivation's down low, you just need to say 3, 2, 1, let's go. Get yourself off the couch, get yourself doing something. And that's what I did right now. I've got to go back to work in about an hour and a half, and I was like, what I'll do is I'll go in a bit early and I'll start recording them back in the gym. And I was like, no, don't do that. Record them now, spend the next hour, and then take an extra hour in the house, relax for a bit, watch the TV. So I'm giving myself an incentive to do it, and I'm just getting up and getting going. And I know once I've recorded this first one, the second, the third, and the fourth, they'll just roll off the tongue. I'll start flowing, I'll start saying what I meant to say, and I'll stop burying the lead. So for you, your action step today is, if you're putting something off, your motivation is low, what one thing can you do right now that will start building that momentum? Hopefully that helped you guys. And if you're listening and you feel like you need some help, please reach out on Instagram, email, and let us show you the Club 300 way so we can get you feeling your best for next year.